All right, so we're off the breaking news, but we still have some news that's relatively new. Tristan, the Joker trailer dropped. A teaser dropped a while ago, and I really liked the teaser a lot because it looked
Right.
weird, it looked different, it looked like something new and fresh, but in a way also old. So I guess it's not fresh. You know what I'm saying? No, but
Okay.
it looked like a really nice 70s period piece.
Right.
So I was going to be very interested in seeing where this was going to go. I knew it technically was going to have the origins of the Joker, and yes, he had the makeup on and stuff like that. But I was hoping that he wasn't going to really be involved in a life of crime until the end of the movie, perhaps. Maybe not even have some
I
of the
mean,
makeup.
it's still possible.
That's true because some of the clips could
Makeup,
be
yeah,
from
but
some of
like
the
turning to the life of crime might not come until later.
Yeah, because my thing is this, Tristan. When looking at this trailer, I'm not saying that I don't like what I'm seeing, and I'm not saying that I don't want to see this movie. And I understand that this movie is not going to be attached to Batman or anyone else. It's meant to just be a standalone movie. It's not attached to the Justice League, Suicide Squad. This is none of that. This is a
Right.
new Joker, just something weird and different and fun. Inspired by the work of Scorsese, who I believe it's still. I think it's a fact that he is an executive producer on this.
Right.
Not directing, but I believe he's part of this creative process in some way or another. But when seeing this trailer, it didn't seem. I don't know. It's just something about it didn't really stand out. What stood out to me, I will say this. I will say nothing stood out to me. No, something did stand out to me, and what stood out was the fact that he's a clown instead of a comedian, seemingly. Which I mean, look, both are forms of entertainment that could lead you to wanting to kill people, I guess. But here's the thing: I don't want to talk ill of clowns or
Yeah.
comedians,
I mean, I
but
feel like he was part of a troupe or a performance group at first, and then he loses that, and then he's just trying to get whatever odd jobs that he can.
yes, it seems like that's the case.
Yeah.
But what I'm confused about is again like it's meant to be its own thing, so you're gonna throw in some different stuff here and there. But so his mom was never referenced in the comics at all. So like
Right.
and clearly they have this really weird, creepy relationship. I mean, he's given her a bath like that, like in her. That's odd. There's no. She's not his grandma. That's his mom.
Yeah.
From the looks of it, that's creepy, dude. Like, I
I
mean,
mean, I don't want to jump to that right off the bat. I feel like there's context missing, but
no, 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 no.
you could be right. Yeah.
I think you're confusing what I'm saying. I'm trying to say like it's kind of like a weird. I don't want to say Norman Bates esque because that then is going in that direction, but like you can say that there's a weird dynamic there without going really
Okay.
weird. I'm not trying to go really weird here,
Okay.
Tristan. I'm just saying
Okay.
that like that is a weird thing to do. Like we don't like we have no context of like, oh, but she's ill, so she
Right.
needs that. Like no, like she was dancing with him
I mean,
normally while watching TV. Like yeah, I'm just saying. Like what are you thinking? What do you
no, I mean, I just think like he's like the primary, like he's a caregiver, that kind of deal. Like she would know,
mm,
you know? But
if he's a
maybe not.
if he's a caregiver, that's fine. But like, well, here's the thing, Tristan. So I'll put it like this, right? You're a caregiver, right? You help out family members. You've done that before for people in your family, but you
Yeah.
don't walk around saying like, my auntie told me the other day
Yeah. No.
that I need to believe in stars because the stars are what help guide me. Like that's just like, okay, dude. Like this dude, this version of Joker looks like he's in his 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
This isn't like a child, you
Yeah.
know. But he's going off and he's just like talking about like my mommy said that because I love my mommy. Like, of course, it's like, well, like, dude, like, I love my mom, but like, I'm not gonna walk around and be like, my mommy said that,
In
treat
the
people the
trailer?
way you what?
In the
Yes,
trailer?
yes,
Oh. Okay.
yeah. It was just a little weird. Seems like there's like a little like dependency thing. That's the thing. It's not so
Yeah.
much like a caregiver. It seems like it might be, or she might be like doing the whole I'm faking being sick but like I'm not sick or something like that, which has been a plot before, in different movies like that. So I'm curious to see where that's going. Also to see where, because there was a woman that was cast, which people were thinking was going to be his girlfriend. It was a woman he was sitting in the cafe, not cafe, in the diner with, across from, that she was, she was a beautiful woman smiling. I'm wondering if they're going to have like a romance there or something, and see how that works related to what's going on in his life. Because to be fair, we don't have too much, which is nice, but we do have
a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, there's not. Well, yeah, there's not. There's narration, but there's not real dialogue.
Yeah.
Right. My confusion is that the scene with the cop, who is, by the way, not only is he Light Yagami's dad, but he died a terrible, terrible death in the 70s.
Right.
Against the horror that is the Mudos. It's true. It's true. He's both. He's like Clara from Doctor Who. Like he's just dying in different points of history. That's just what it is.
Glad to see his actor getting work though.
Yes, of course. Also in the 70s, which is kind of funny. Because clearly this is a period piece. This is happening in the 70s. I don't think there's anything in this trailer or the last teaser that made me think that it wasn't supposed to be like 70s New York. Like I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like 70s New York. Not like, oh yes, I'm going to pull out a cell phone and just call. Like it. You see what I'm saying? Because it looked like they were trying to set it up that way. Like you don't see it as like you see it as like a normal when we walk around New York,
I wasn't really pushed in either direction. I'm not really sure. Like I couldn't say personally what time, but I guess maybe not modern day, maybe I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm not wrong in this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an ass. It's set in 1981. I thought it was the 70s. Right.
So,
but still.
80s.
But still, yeah. And also, you saw De Niro in the trailer, which I'm pretty sure in this case, De Niro is playing a crime. Yeah, wait, no, I'm sorry. He's playing a talk show host. Right. Okay, not going to talk about what character he's going to be. I don't want to spoil anything, but he's going to be a talk show host who I'm pretty sure has no tie in the comics whatsoever. Yeah, and then Bill Camp, that's the actor who was Light's dad. Nope, that's not Light's dad. But either way, though. Where's Light's dad? There we go. Shea Wingham. Wigham. He's playing Light's dad, and he played him at one point. Not in this movie. But here's the funny thing: he's another cop though, because he's in the Gotham City Police Department. This is taking place in Gotham, Tristan. Yes. So even though like it's not supposed to actually, I'm sorry, when I said it's supposed to be like New York, like the idea of New York, which is like kind of like how Gotham is
based off of Manhattan.
Yeah. By the way, something that I don't know if he was in the trailer. I don't know if I noticed. Brett Cullen is playing Thomas Wayne, which is Bruce Wayne's dad. And in this movie, seemingly he's going to be running for mayor. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that's why I'm confused. Brett Cullen is playing him, but originally it was actually going to be Alec Baldwin. But he had to drop out. Yeah. Yeah, so, and interestingly enough, some people are talking about that boy, because there was a boy in front of the gate, and some people were saying that boy might be Bruce Wayne.
Maybe.
And it's interesting because, again, this has no ties with anything that has come before it. Right. Probably, unless this is very successful, will have no ties to anything that comes after it. So they can do anything they want to. Heck, they could make some line about, in a future movie about this not being the first incarnation of the Joker or something weird like that. Because in this version, his name is Arthur, which I don't believe we've ever had a canon name for Joker. Like the most canon we've had, which was in the Tim Burton movie, where his name was Jack.
Right.
But I don't believe the Joker has ever had a canon name. Might have been Jack in Killing Joke, but I don't remember. And in Killing Joke, it was much, even though that's not technically even considered a canon, some people consider it canon, but it technically is not supposed to be a canon interpretation of his origins.
Right.
In that one, he was a failed comedian, and his wife and kid die. Classic comedy. And he is driven insane, understandably so. It was an accident. It wasn't even like a mob hit or something. It was just a sheer accident, like, the whole one bad day shtick.
Right. Yeah.
So, which Tristan and I were talking about before we started, talking about this entire episode. So it's rough because they're gonna. I want them to stray far enough because I don't want to sit here and telegraph everything that's coming because
Right.
I
Yeah.
will admit, like, it is good to see something new from this. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I do wonder if, I don't know, like, I want them to stray far, but maybe not far enough that it's away from his, comic roots.
Right.
So it's weird because I want to feel as if, and Tristan, tell me what you think about this. I want to feel as if Joker and Arthur are two different people.
Right. Like, yeah.
Like Bruce Wayne and Batman. Because the two of them are basically different people. I know it's like, oh, but come on, Matt, like, you just put on a costume. But the thing is when you see them, when you read these books about them, when you watch the TV show or something like that, it might seem like, depending on what, like, cartoon, it might seem like they're not different people. But, like, when you read enough about it, it does feel as if, depending on the author's interpretation, of course, that Bruce Wayne is really like a cover for Batman. Like, the second that this kid's parents died and he had that phobia of bats, he became Batman. Bruce Wayne is just his cover story.
Right.
Like, that's how his mind is gone.
Right.
Batman's. In this case, it seemed as if Joker is a cover for everything that's going wrong with Arthur's life, but I want to make it feel, I feel as if, again, tell me what you think, Tristan, it seems as if the makeup is becoming too much a part of who he is even before the life of crime.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you like it, that's fine, but for me, it just feels weird.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for me, I feel like in this case, from the little bit that we've seen, it would kind of be this melting away of Arthur and just him just being Joker all the time.
Okay, so just melting underneath the makeup, if you will.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the Joker would be the new person, like Arthur would disappear in a way.
Okay, because he seems, because you know what it is, the thing that I felt about, and again, we don't know too much about it because it was only one comic, but it felt like, the reason why I say different people, even though I like the melting away idea, is it felt as if like, oh, like I'm not going to become this person, I'm just going to do my thing, yes, I'm struggling, but yada yada, and then he snaps, right?
Yeah.
In this case, it doesn't feel, I don't know, it feels like he's already a little off even before the snapping, Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't seem
I could see
well. He does not seem well.
Okay. I would say it's, I mean, from what I got, I felt it more of like he's, a regular guy just getting, life is just throwing him terrible curveballs, and it's it's the slow descent into madness.
Well, yeah, life is definitely throwing him curveballs, but he doesn't seem like an average Joe.
Right.
I mean, granted, let's all be clear here. Bruce Wayne is also not an average Joe, but in a different way. But no, he does not seem like. In other words, even unless you're saying the trailer itself is showing the descent later on, like just him like forcing his fingers up like that's just weird.
Yeah.
And he does it in makeup, but he does it once to the kid, not in makeup, which maybe the kid's Bruce. But either way, it's just weird. Yeah. You walk up to kids and you're just like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like, I would like for the movie to show it to be a descent into madness. But with and by the way, the music was beautiful. Joaquin Phoenix's his acting as this character is beautiful. I want to see him get some awards from this. If it really is as good as it looks in this trailer, I would love to see where this is going to go. Right? So I'm not trying to write this movie off. It's just, I think it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you have a background in
which
a little bit more than
sucks.
I do in comics and stuff like that. Like, my only experience with Batman has been basically animated series.
Right. Which is fine because I love the animated series.
Yeah, so like me going into this, I don't really have a notion of backstory and stuff like that.
Yeah, like who the Joker is, what is the Joker. Right. And I'm not saying that you have to like this or not. I mean, you like this. Well, actually, I should ask you as we were wrapping this up. Does this make you want to go see the movie, or do you not really have interest? Because I know like you watch some superhero stuff, but not everything that's put out.
Yeah. No, I'm actually interested in seeing this one.
Ooh, awesome.
I do. The line from the trailer, I'm
Hmm.
believing it's Arthur Joker saying it.
Yeah.
I always used to think my life was a tragedy, but then I
Hmm.
realized it's a comedy.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what he has said before, multiple ways. Just
Yeah,
in a different.
right,
No, so I love that line. Another thing too that was weird. He had the laugh already down, and I'm like, bro, you're not even in costume. Don't.
right.
Like that's the thing. Like it's maybe to some people it's more realistic that he wouldn't just like snap and become a different person, which is fair.
Yeah,
It is fair, but for me, I just feel as if he's showing Joker traits without being Joker. So like I do wonder when he becomes Joker, is the only difference is going to be is that like in this scene I'm not committing crime, but in this scene I'm committing crime. That wasn't Joker. That was like fucking that was Grace, not what's his name from He-Man.
oh, Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Oh my god.
I'm Skeletor. That was not
Yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
I don't know. I get the sense that it's him in a way, like in his mind, turning into the person that he was always supposed to be in a way, but
Yeah.
obviously it's horrible dissent and like, no, you shouldn't
Hmm.
be doing this. But
No. And if it is like again, if the movie is, I guess what I'm trying to look for is a little bit more subtlety, I guess. And because
okay,
the thing is, not they're trying to say to us. Has been talked about in interviews. This is not another comic book movie. We're not trying to be like a comic book movie. We're
yeah,
trying to do this differently than that. So
right.
maybe I'm just looking for a little bit more subtlety. Maybe because he seems so out there
Mm.
that like if someone in his life said, "I could never imagine Arthur doing this," fuck you. Yes, you could. Look at him. He doesn't have any he doesn't have any curtains up. He's just dancing shirtless like that. That's
Right.
weird. You saw how much weight he had to lose for that. Like
Yeah,
holy shit. Like my god. Like again, like I hope if there are awards that he could get for this, I hope he gets them because he put a lot of work into this. Joaquin Phoenix.
right,
Um
right.
like that's a lot. And by the way, you know who Joaquin Phoenix is, right, Tristan?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We've we've done something called 12 Nights of Shyamalan
Oh,
last year for Halloween in July, where we talked about
speaking of a descent into madness,
plenty, plenty of M Night Shyamalan movies that have Joaquin Phoenix in them.
M. Night Shyamalan presents the Joker.
The twist is that he was actually Batman all
Oh
along.
my god.
Fuck off. God damn it.
Okay.
No, no, but he I want to see which movies he was in. I
And
want to
she's
make
like,
sure. My god.
no. Ow, hey, I know. I'm petting you. Relax. She's like
Your
swatting.
cat is just freaking out right now. What is he
She's
doing?
like,
Stop
pet
doing
me,
that.
but don't.
Yeah. Oh my god. But no, he was in oh god, what was it? I know he was in The Village. But oh right, Signs. He was in
Yeah.
Signs, The Village, and I'm thinking of anything. I don't think he was in anything Shyamalan related since. Smart man. Um I mean Shyamalan's gotten a lot better, but smart man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, his I think I'll say this much. When it came to Signs and it came to The Village, well more Signs than The Village, but like when I think of like redeeming things about the movie Signs,
Right.
Joaquin Phoenix is one of them.
Yeah.
Just saying. So either way, I want to hear what you guys have to say down below, either in the chat or in the comment section if you're watching this to our YouTube channel. Are you interested in this movie? Does it make you more interested or less interested? Do you feel like me? Do you want maybe something a little bit more traditional, but with some of these differences thrown in, or are you extremely happy with what you're seeing? No matter and really, I want to know if you guys are going to see this or not because I'm worried that this might not do as well at the box office. Only because not that we're superheroed out, but I'm wondering if there are so many people who are into, I guess tapestries being weaved, you know what I'm saying, with all of these like movies coming together that
Mhm.
maybe some people aren't seeing singular stuff anymore cuz Shazam is doing a little iffy right now at the box office. That's the one Captain Marvel that's not doing as well, even though I've heard great things about it. So I'm curious to see where we're going with this. Although I will say before we wrap up, 55 million seems to be the budget. So as long as they don't spend way too much money on the promotional stuff, they
Right.
might be able to make that money back.
Yeah.
I think they could, but either way, well, we'll have to see where it goes from there. And again, tell me what you guys think about all this stuff down below.